receivers. And this is my hero's journey.
Can we just start from the top?
Ryan Gosling is a stuntman who's going to find himself in a real-life action movie in The Fall Guy, the latest TV to movie job, and one of few new movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, and I'll also be looking at Wildcat, directed by Ethan Hawke and starring his daughter Maya. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. In The Fall Guy, Gosling is the stuntman for movie star Aaron Tyler Johnson, who goes missing. His producer, played by Hannah Waddington, enlists the stuntman's help in finding him, and let me tell you, when he finds himself dealing with real killers in a real-life action movie, Gosling does a much better job than how Chris Evans handled the spy genre in Ghosted.
I'm just a stunt guy!
This is insane, man.
That's Winston Duke as his stunt coordinator and best friend. Gosling's crush is the camera operator turned filmmaker played by Emily Blunt, who is disillusioned by how he distanced himself from her after surviving an accident on set. He helps her with the character development on her directorial debut, as well as their chemistry.
It's not like I didn't want to apologize.
You don't have to explain anything. It was just a flame. So how have you been? I hate that thumbs up stunt guy stuff.
The Fall Guy not only lets Gosling continue his comedic approach after the massive success of Barbie, but it also loves to satirize the world of stuntmen without insulting the series or anyone behind the scenes. I guess the movie doesn't want to be indulged in what James Gunn would refer to as cameo porn, so you don't get Ryan Reynolds or Tom Cruise in the mix, but you do get the original Fall Guy stars Lee Majors and Heather Thomas, as well as one of the funniest cameos I've ever seen, and you also have a lot of style from director David Leitch. This is a hilarious and action-packed TV to movie job, so check it out. Our next movie is Unsung Hero, a faith-based drama based on the Smallbone family who relocated from Australia to Nashville in 1991, and the patriarch David, played by the writer and co-director Joel Smallbone, continues to struggle to become a music producer.
We're almost out of money. We need to make some changes. Kids, we need your help. This is everything we have, and sometimes it's going to grow, and sometimes it will shrink. But it cannot be allowed to disappear.
That's Daisy Betts as his wife and the mother of their children. The eldest daughter, later known as Rebecca St. James, played by Curly Berger, has the voice of an angel, and she can be the family's saving grace if only she can overcome the cynicisms, especially from her own father.
Does anybody really care what a 16-year-old girl thinks about God?
I'm trying to protect her, and it will never be enough!
Giving in. It's not an option. We've got to fight our way forward.
Also featuring Lucas Black and Candace Cameron Bure, also known as DJ Tanner in the mix, Unsung Hero has some nice qualities regarding the emotions within the family, its choice of music, and the performances from Smallbone and Betts. These elements should be enough to make it entertaining, but I was just disillusioned by the exhausting and sometimes predictable formulas. If Rebecca St. James has a voice, then the movie should broaden her story more and move past the cynicisms. So, skip it. Next up, Wildcat, a biopic on the novelist and short story writer Flannery O'Connor, who has suffered from lupus disease while struggling to get her next book published. The movie was directed by Ethan Hawke, and his daughter Maya plays Flannery, while Laura Linney plays her mother, who worries about her well-being.
Is there no way for me to disappear into something bigger? Lord, please grant me grace.
The movie is also supported by short stories from O'Connor's books, with both Hawke and Linney playing various roles.
You've been writing any cute stories lately? I read that last one you sent your mama. You know, it left kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Well, you weren't supposed to eat it.
The performances from Hawke and Linney are good because of their own respective ways of merging with their characters, but Wildcat is meaningless. None of the short story segments have any direction or drive, and they're often difficult to follow, and I took notes. At this very moment, I'm only seeing the acting as the bright spot of the film, but that isn't enough. Hawke can direct movies as well as act, but in Wildcat, he doesn't present O'Connor's story with the right ambiance. He misses the bookmark here. Next up, Stress Positions, which tells the story of an unemployed gay man named Terry, played by John Early, who fears the virus, went through a bad divorce, and must take care of his Moroccan-American nephew, played by Palestinian model Kaher Harhash, who injures his leg in a scooter accident.
You know, I read that in Morocco, people eat with their hands.
We're eating with our hands.
Not hamburgers. Tagine.
Sure.
Among the other residents in the apartment, there's Terry's trans woman best friend Carla, played by the writer-director Theda Hammel.
But how religious are you, though, Baruchel? I mean, has Terry tried to talk you out of it?
Why would I do that?
Aren't you an anti-theist? Don't you hate religion?
Terry doesn't talk about religion.
That is shocking.
Why is that shocking?
Well, no reason. I just thought, it poisoned everything.
There was a time in my life when I thought so. Now, I just don't care.
Stress Positions is sharp and very funny, especially by its outspoken gay characters who have a lot to offer, but the screenplay doesn't develop them deeper. There are also some overwhelming scenes, and I feel as though the movie was trying to hurry itself when it should be taking its time to let us get to know more of these characters. It was a close call, but I can't really recommend it. And our last movie is Humane, an apocalyptic horror movie directed by David Cronenberg's daughter Caitlin and telling the story of an environmental collapse that has forced humanity to reduce the population with a euthanasia program that people can enlist for the good of humanity.
I am in favor of this government doing whatever it takes to win this war. It's not a war. Wars have opposing sides. Humanity is the opposing side.
That's Jay Baruchel as the man on TV, and he and his siblings, played by Emily Hampshire, Sebastian Chacon, and Alana Bale, all find out that their father, played by Peter Gallagher, has enlisted in the Fatal program with his new wife, who backs out, so the contract states that one of the 4 kids must take her place.
You're not gonna like this, but we're here to collect 2 bodies.
I already told you Dawn left.
And that's unfortunate. Oh! But the rules are the same for everybody.
And that's Enrico Colantini as the Enforcer. Humane is not a perfect movie in terms of its formulas, but it does feel like a Cronenberg movie because of the characters' immoral decisions and actions that has us contemplating on hoping whether they live or die. You have a great cast in a small but clever and twisted movie, and I like how it uses this material on a climate change topic. I'm not going to be enlisting in this program, but I will recommend this movie for its ideas and performances. Okay, recapping this week's new movies, thumbs way up for The Fall Guy, thumbs down for Unsung Hero, thumbs down for Wildcat, thumbs down for Stress Positions, and thumbs up for Humane. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.